Check out this cool nightstand. So here's where we're putting it, right here. And this is a bedroom that our boys share, but there's an outlet about halfway on the wall behind that couch. So we have to run, kind of a short extension cord one way or the other. The hope is that we can use this new side table right here and then have power on top. So power it and then be able to power things from there. So let's see how it works out. So I decided to move it in here on the rug, and it's in the room where we're going to put it. And I've laid out everything by numbers. So there's like 1, 2, 3 on around, until you get to the last piece. And then here's everything else that's included in the box, like, for your power, your lights, all your hardware and everything that you put it together with, and instructions, which look fairly easy. So let's jump in and get started. I got the directions pulled out here. It looks like there's just 11 steps to putting this together. Doesn't look like incredibly hard. One of the things I really like about the directions, there's not a lot of words, there's more pictures. Most men that I know prefer pictures over words. So anyway, either way, we're gonna take part number 1, which is labeled part number 1. And we're gonna take these little, I don't even know what you call these screws, and they're made to set another piece down on, and then this locks in on top of that to lock the piece together. But pretty simple. You just put it in, take the included screwdriver and screw it in until it's tight. And then we're going to take part number 3 and put that on top of this. Okay, so part number 3, it's once again clearly labeled part number 3. So easy peasy. Now, one of the things to make sure that when you're putting this together is that you're making sure that you're following the directions exactly, because the worst thing in the world is to get something put together and then realize you got something turned backwards. This shows the holes over here, and of course there's not really but one way to do this, but just so you know, these have to be to the inside on this board, if you see, because these are going to actually go right down in that and lock onto this. So we're simply going to take this and put it on there like so, and then we're going to take one of our locks, and we're going to take that screwdriver and we're going to just lock it in, and we're going to do the other one the same way. And the rest of them are pretty much the same deal. See, this has got just like a side that's, it seems like it's missing a piece or something, but it's not. It's actually made to go in and then snug right around that so that it's tight. So there we go. Now we're going to move on to the next one. All right, so now we're going to put number 3 on here, which is, there's 2 number 3s, and this is the other number 3. We've already got our pieces put in the holes down here. They're pre-cut, pre-drilled, and everything. And once again, we're going to keep these to the inside. We're just going to push it right down on there, and then we're going to lock it in with these locks. So we're getting ready to put on piece number 4, and it's these little dowels that go in there like that. And then we take piece number 4, which is clearly labeled piece number 4, and we are going to put it on there like so. We went ahead and inserted all of these. It's exactly like the other one. It's just we're going to flip it around the other side here, and we're going to go ahead and put it on like so. Okay, so there's the bottom of our, our cabinet right there, and of course you can see where our drawer is going to go in there and everything. So that's got that. We'll set that aside because we're moving on to the next step. We're going to take piece number 8, and number 8 obviously clearly labeled number 8, and there is a curve in this one. According to the directions, you set it down like so, and we're going to take piece 17, because this is step 4. We're going to insert those into here with our screwdriver, and then once we do that, we're going to set number 17 down on it. But we're going to make sure that these holes are toward the back of this board, if that makes sense. Anyway, the directions are pretty clear, so they're pretty easy to follow. We're going to go ahead and get this step done, and then we'll come back. All right, now we've got our screws in there tight, and this is part number 11. We're going to make sure that we keep these holes, all the holes, because this side is smooth, because I'm assuming this is like the top. So you're keeping those on this side of it and just simply inserting that down on there like so. And then we'll lock those in.
I'm going.
All right, so we got this on, and now we're on to part number 10. Number 10, we're gonna keep these holes to the inside, and we've already put our screws in down there. We just simply go right over top of that. Now, we're moving on to the last part of step number 4, or the instructions, and we have the side piece for this, and it's simply gonna go, we've already put our screws in, and it's gonna simply just fit down on there like that, and then we're gonna lock all that in with our locks. So the next step is to put your lights on if you want them on, which I don't know why you wouldn't want them on because you can turn it on and off. So here's it comes on a little reel like this, and it comes in a little silver pouch, and it's just a short strand of lights that are designed to go underneath this top. As you just put this top together, you can tell that this is the actual top of that, and you're going to flip it upside down. Now, it has an adhesive back on it, and we're going to use that, but if you don't feel comfortable doing that, then they also included these little clips, or I think they might have worded it as a buckle, and you just stick this on inside of it and slide it right down in that clip to hold it that way. But we're just going to peel the back off and try it this way. The other side of this actually just has, like an on-off switch. I guess you can change your colors. It'll go to the music, and I think you can turn these on and off with like a noise, like a clap or something. And it's a USB on this end. So let's move to the next step. We'll come back to this in a minute and see how they work. You've put your lights on, and now we're moving on to the same piece, and we're taking those screws and putting them in the pre-drilled holes right here. And then we have 3 pieces. Now, this is number 6 and 2 number 7s that are identical, and they're just gonna fit right down over those. But before you put these on, you have to take this cover off of these like this, because I think these are ideally the lights. This is gonna look, really neat after it's all said and done. So once you take your covers off of each side of each piece, then we're going to insert those. Step number 6 is finished. All you do is remove all this paper off of these acrylic pieces and then put them on, and put it just like the rest of them. You lock them in, whole 9 yards. That's it. And now we're ready to move on to step number 7. Okay, so we're on to step number 7. We have piece number 5 right here, and there's holes right here in these acrylic pieces that you can see that match up with these pre-drilled holes on number 5. And so you're just going to put those right over top of it like so, and we're going to take the screws and just slide them right through, screw it into our acrylic pieces. All right, so here's the piece that we just put on, and now we're moving on to the next step, and we're using these screws that we've been using for everything that you lock on, and they're just going to go right down over this. Hopefully I can do it easily. It's hard to... Yeah, that wasn't hard at all. So now we just need to lock those in on the inside, and that piece will be done. All right, so now we're putting in our power right here in this hole, and this is how it comes, just like this, except it was kind of tied up. We unloosened it, and so here we go. We're gonna just slide it right down in there, like so, and then put it down in there, and use these 2 screws to anchor it down. 2 USBs and 2 outlets right there. Kind of nice. All right, so now we've got pieces 13, 14, and 12. I should have said 12, 13, and 14, but 12 and then 13 and 14. And of course, on this, you need to make sure, because we've already got our screws, whatever anchors in there already. On this one, you need to make sure that there is these holes to the inside. And of course, you want your track to the outside because it's going to go to the inside of the drawer. And so we're going to go ahead and insert those down there like that. Same principle applies over here. We want the bigger holes to the bottom, and we're going to, so just like that right there. And then we're going to lock those in, move to the next part of the step. Still in step 10, we're just putting the bottom of the drawer in now. and it just slides right down in there like so. And that's it. We move to the next part of the step. Board number 16, and it's the back of this drawer. So you notice this groove right here, and of course you've got your bottom, and it just simply fits right down in that groove. And then you take your bigger black screws and put them in the ends of both sides and tighten them down. Now our drawers are assembled. The only thing that we left you out on the second drawer is exactly the same. And you've got a handle, which is just simple. There's 2 screws on the inside, and that's it. Now, when it comes to putting them in, you have to be a little forceful with it. But once you get it in there, it's good to go. So there's that one and that one. So they're seem to be pretty nice, solid. So now, the only thing we have left to do is plug it in, see what it looks like. All right, there it is. It is cute. And it's pretty solid. It feels like it would hold, quite a bit. You could set a lot of stuff on it. Right now we have the lamp sitting on it because we just want to make sure the outlet works. And of course the USB is working because this phone is charging. You can see right there. And that light is working. So that works out really well and it looks really good. But we're going to play around with these lights just a little bit. Speed. Fast. So it has like a voice control or any kind of noise. So I think yeah. So it'll stay off unless you do this. So that's kind of cool. And so obviously if you have music playing, it'll work with that as well. So we'll show you that in just a minute. But the remote, you can change the colors and it has several colors. So as you can see, a variety of colors. I think it has like 9 or 10 colors. And then you can go increase the brightness or decrease the brightness or do various things with it. So it has a lot of things that you can do to it, but we'll show you the music too. There we go. 'Tis the season, a little bit of Christmas music. We're making this video in November, and that's fun. So we turned the lights off because this is actually really cool. I mean, this is fun. You can see this is a nightstand. We're going to use it as an end table, but as a nightstand, this would be fun to have. Probably not going to sleep very good unless you just like light, but nonetheless, that is fun. So it was easy to put together. It took about an hour. He did help me, but he did most of the video, and so it was very little. I think one person could put it together in an hour, which isn't bad. It's fun, it's nice, it serves the purpose. Plus, it's got power on top, it works. USB, charge your phone, charge your device, whatever it is that you're doing. Plus, you got the storage space in the drawers, which is nice. So use it in your living room, your bedroom, whatever, but like it. It's definitely worth it. So we give it 2 thumbs up, 4 thumbs up.